What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy K Boogie, and I want to welcome y'all back to another episode on Vibing with Boogie. And today we got another college football preview. We're gonna talk about them Alabama Crimson Tide, man, going into this new 2023 season. But before we get into it, y'all like, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, and I'm gonna keep putting out this dope content for y'all, man. Let's go on dive into this video. Yeah. Now, Alabama Crimson Tide, let's have this talk. You go 11-2 last year, have a great season. A lot of teams would have been happy to come back into the 2023 season off of 11-2 season last year, but not Alabama. No, sir. The standard too high in T-Town, man. It's too high. Alabama wants to compete for the ultimate prize, and the fact that they couldn't do that last year, I think it stings. I think it stings throughout that whole facility and through the whole city of Tuscaloosa. Alabama cannot wait to get back on the field, and I feel them, because when you have competed each and every year for a chance at the ultimate prize, and that season you just don't, that's gonna make you mad. And I feel like going into the 2023 season, if Bama get these question marks handled, I think we can see them possibly compete for a national championship. Now we're gonna talk some Alabama offense now, and the biggest question mark on this side of the ball is who's gonna be the quarterback. Who's going to be the quarterback in charge for the Crimson Tide come the start of the 2023 season? You got three names now. You got Jalen Milroe, you got Ty Simpson, and you got Ty Buckner. And the way Nick Saban talking Alabama faithful, it can go either way. Now look at it from the outside looking in. I feel like it's Jalen Milroe's job to lose. When you look at him, played fairly well last year when Tua was out. You know, came in, made some dynamic plays. I think he showed the potential if he's given the number one quarterback opportunity, you know, getting most of the reps and things of that nature. When I look at him, I see a playmaker. I see him being able to make plays with his feet that the other two guys can't make, you know. And that's not minimizing those other two quarterbacks, but when you got a guy that can do the things he can do on the ground, I think that makes him a dynamic quarterback. Now, we have to see him make plays from the pocket at a consistent manner, because no team is gonna let you just run wild on them like that. You gotta be able to throw. You're gonna have to throw some passes from the pocket and make some tough throws in some big games, especially being in the SEC at some point throughout the season. But I think that on the outside looking in, I would consider Jalen Milroe as the guy to possibly win the job. But hey, Nick Saban brought in Ty Buckner for a reason after spring, because obviously what he saw after spring made him feel like, hey, we might need another guy to bring to kind of amp this quarterback competition up. And he didn't just bring in any other quarterback. He brought in a quarterback that came from where your offensive coordinator just left. So in my opinion, in fall camp, it's gonna come down to whichever quarterback shows Nick Saban and the whole staff that he can move the ball, he can keep the ball out of harm's way from the opposing team, and he can just have this offense movement in an effective rate. That's gonna be the quarterback. And once we find out who that quarterback is, in my opinion, that's when we will know what to expect from an offensive standpoint for the Alabama Crimson Tide in the 2023 season. Now, Alabama defense, you played fairly well. You was one of the best in the country when it came to scoring defense and total yards per game. I give you that. But guess what? When it came to stopping the run, from an Alabama standard, terrible. You ranked 36 in all of college football when it came to opponents rushing the ball on you. And let's dive a little bit deeper. Out of 13 games played last year, 6 times you gave up at least 180 yards. You can't do that, Alabama. That's not the Alabama defense that we've grown to see. We know that Alabama teams in the past, they're going to dominate the line of scrimmage. And last year, I don't think y'all did that at a good rate. I just don't, you know. And I also feel like y'all didn't create enough turnovers. Y'all was ranked 80th in college football when it came to creating turnovers. I feel like this defense got to get back to the basics. Get back to dominating the line of scrimmage, playing that rugged, hard-nosed defense. And guess what? Whether they run the ball or pass the ball, let's take the ball from them. And if y'all do that on that side of the ball, oh, y'all gonna be hell like always, Alabama. Now, Alabama, when I look at this schedule, y'all better put your hard hat on and you better put your steel-toe boots on each and every week, because it's gonna be that type of grind. Yeah, y'all going to work every Saturday. Nothing sweet. You know, you already in the SEC West at that. And before we even talk about conference play, you got Texas rolling in there week 2, man. We know the type of football Texas is expected to play in 2023. They're going to be one of the best teams, in my opinion, in all of college football. So when we talk conference play, You got Ole Miss coming in there. We ought to know Lane Kiffin. He want to beat Nick Saban so bad. So you know Ole Miss gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. But you get them at the crib. You know you got to go on the road to Texas A&M. You know you get LSU and Tennessee coming into Bryant-Denny. They're gonna be 2 hard games, but at least you get them at the crib. And now don't look at me crazy when I say this. The last game of the season, them Auburn Tigers, in my opinion, I think they're going to be playing inspired football. Hugh Freeze, I think, is going to have Auburn playing totally different in 2023. That game could potentially be a trap game if y'all not careful. So I think that's another game to watch out for in conference play as well. But even saying all that, I really think that Alabama at worst will go 10-2. Best case scenario, I think Alabama, out of all these games they played, they dropped 1 game and finished the season 11-1. That's all due to how good they play on the offensive side of the ball. Whoever the quarterback is, when that time comes, I think it's up to him to really lead this offense. You know, really just be a game manager. You ain't got to go out there and be Bryce Young and go out here and put up Heisman numbers. But long as you play turnover-free football, be efficient, and do the small things, I think this Alabama team has enough around that quarterback on both offense and defense to really make a legit run. So shout out to the Alabama Crimson Tide, man. I think y'all gonna be good again this year in college football. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this video. Make sure y'all like, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, and we gonna see y'all on the next video, man. We out. Yeah.